blows when the wind.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
With your 6 o'clock news, good morning. I am Ntsako Mhlanga. South Africa's National Joint Operation and Intelligence Structure, NATJOINTS, and the Mhlanga Commission of Inquiry have agreed that security needs to be enhanced at the Commission's hearings in Pretoria. They released a statement following their meeting yesterday. They discussed the safety of the Commission's whistleblowers and witnesses. This follows the killing of the Commission's witness D, who has been identified as Marius van der Merwe. He was gunned down in the presence of his wife and children at their home in Brakpan in the east of Johannesburg Friday evening. In other news, the G20 UNISA registration Provincial Police Commissioner in the KwaZulu-Natal Province, General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the late musician Winnie Khumalo, and the Lion King star Aaron Pierre are among the top searches in this year's annual Google Trends on Search in South Africa. Google has released its 2025 Year in Search for South Africa, showing what people in the country tried to understand, to fix, to follow, and to debate over the past year. The report tracks the fastest rising searches, offering a clear sense of the stories, questions, and moments that shaped the public. Moving on to Mozambique now, more than 107,000 people have been displaced in the country in the past fortnight amid rising violence in the north of the country, and some aid supplies are running out. Attacks by insurgents in the northern region of the country have increased this year, spreading into previously safe areas and beyond the gas-rich Cabo Delgado to provinces of Nampula and Niassa. The United Nations Humanitarian Agency says that the violence has displaced more than 1.3 million people since 2017. The organization says that the latest wave of attacks in Nampula is unusual, with reports of non-state armed groups attacks lasting longer for some weeks. For any news stories that you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Ntsako Mhlanga.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
It's time to commit to focusing on you.
The Oasis. The River of Wisdom.
Just touched down in the city. Feel the energy beneath my feet, and it feels good right now. To be home, it really feels good right now.
Success is the external reward of mastering your inner game. Do not yield to distractions. Focus on you.
Ntsako Mhlanga on the Oasis. Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective.
It is 4 wonderful minutes after 6 a.m. Good morning on a lovely Sunday morning. How are you? How are you feeling today? I'm hoping that the Saturday was very kind to you. As I was driving on my way to work, I realized that, some Saturdays people really have wild nights. There was someone by their car, some of their friends stopped them from driving, and they were lying down on the grass. And in my head, I'm like, bro, how do you get so inebriated and still get behind the wheel? So unsafe. But shout out to the friends that stopped him dead in his tracks, man. So insane how our Saturdays are so different. I really had a lovely chilled Saturday, and I plan on having an even more chilled Sunday. My name is Ntsako Mhlanga, and this is the Oasis on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up this morning. Our African sun is very nice. It's very sexy. It's very warm as well. So I would choose this way to wake up every single day, okay? We're going to kickstart the conversation by talking about spiritually gifted children. We're going to talk a little bit about what that actually entails. A child that is spiritually gifted. Quite an exciting topic that we have today. So if you are a parent, and you have a feeling that your child may be spiritually gifted. And, sometimes you identify these things as parents. Maybe your child is always talking to their imaginary friends, or your child is constantly dreaming about things before they happen, or, certain gifts like that. Or they're able to just, sense things, or be like, don't go out today, mommy. Something bad is going to happen. Kids are really, really powerful beings. Let me know if you're a parent to one +2 763406926, or on social media at Channel Africa 1. You can also stream us live from there, and also give us a call in case you want to talk about your own personal experiences as someone who is either looking after a spiritually gifted child, or perhaps just kind of navigating it, Maybe your child is constantly saying the most insane things, and you're asking yourself, how am I going to parent this child? I'm sure it must feel very confusing, when you kind of identify that your child has certain gifts, has certain attributes to them, and then now you're there as a parent trying to parent them, but at the same time allowing them to fully bud in their gifting. Parenting is a very, very tough journey, so I send love to all the parents out there. In between these conversations, we're going to have some great music as well. In the second hour, we're going to be looking at why men's chronic disease becomes a mental health emergency. So there's a very, very good link, and a very, very direct link between men when they get sick and their mental health. It directly affects it. When women go through the likes of our menstrual cycles, pain, or whatever, we know how to kind of get through it, through the day, right? But with men, it's a little bit different. And the reason for this is because their bodies are not necessarily designed to take on physical pain to that degree. Am I saying you're weak? No. I'm saying your body biologically is not designed. Our bodies are, right? So I don't want any man now to go back to their woman and say that, hey, listen, we were told that, our bodies can't handle pain. We can handle pain. Yes, you can handle pain, but your bodies biologically are not designed to do that. Hence, it affects your mental health. Think about it when men have flu. Something as simple as flu, right? It completely shuts down your hormonal balance. Completely. You're not designed for pain. Basically, you are literally not physically designed for pain. That is not something that we can be, mean about. It's if anything, it's like, oh, wow, imagine not being designed for pain. You want to stay as far away from it as possible. So we're going to be unpacking that a little bit further. And then the third and final hour, we're going to get into Sunday is for Legends. We're going to be speaking to Joelle Kachi-Benson, who is the Emmy Award-winning visionary, who is redefining African storytelling for the world. We're going to be looking at some of the storytelling and filmmaking that they have done to ensure that they got an Emmy Award. An Emmy. Guys, do you know an Emmy? That is not a joke at all. But we're going to have a great time today, and I'm really hoping that you're also in a good mood. If not, you're probably regretting yesterday having that one extra class. You're probably thinking, why did I come back home so late? No, guys. As long as you're living a good life, as long as you're not harming anyone, and also yourself as well, let's live. It's December. It's our last first Sunday. Do you realize that? The very, very last time in 2025, we're going to have a first Sunday. We'll never have this moment again. So let's treat it with the kindness. And by now, that every first Sunday, I give you the best tips on how to attract abundance for this month. I know you're probably wondering, what abundance in December, Ntsako? What if someone goes to you and pays you your bill at a restaurant? That type of abundance where you just attract luck on all forms. It is 6:10 Central African time. This is the Oasis with me, Ntsako Mhlanga. Welcome to the show.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix. Leo tujadili kuhusu chipukizi wanaoimba nyimbo za wasanii wengine. Unadhani hili linatokana na nini, Omari?
Nadhani kweli kwamba tukizama muziki ya sasa, hasa wasanii ambao ni chipukizi, kwa kweli kwamba yani karibu kutoka muziki yao wenyewe, lakini wanakuwa wanapenda kuhubiria muziki ya zamani hizo muziki ya wengine ambao ni hivyo.
Wengine wanadai kufanya hivyo ni kupromote vipaji vyao haraka ili waweze kujulikana. Je, yawezekana kukawa na ukweli wowote au ndio kukosa kabisa kipaji cha kuandika mistari?
Ndio, unaona kwamba msanii anapoazimia kwamba kuchukua wimbo mwingine wa msanii mwingine na kurudia mara mbili studio, haionyeshi kwamba yani ndio wanaanza kazi ya muziki aizani, lakini ukiangalia kabisa asilimia kubwa utakuja kuona kwamba wanakosa ile mawazo ya kutunga muziki.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
Vamanyare sugu baromba male kawaba zeza amale wore bazeza male mitadi galadona ma wore galadona mala asanga bazenindo ikagelu masayala kake baga keneye take fisha ewa mitanga tairi kasro tairi Bubakari soro tairi Ismaila soro tairi Salama soro kakanga bazeni kala amale kake shikuni ala nale kake taibasiye amale itake manieri ewa nale nebo don kanumbagaluye anale joni mbeni kanumbagado nale nenale nale sewa nale seya nenawo malide ipemba anale sewa nenale seya newo malide dia Madine kurasuguni nomba nale kawangu ninda anale wore kunindala nale ena osugu baro anale bambanyare sugu baromba anale kawaba ya jurusa nale osiri bubarabakamba nale baya basa nale bayurusa nale bayuro nale jani meni kanubagatewa anale sewa
weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
It's Ernesto JJ with the Zuzu Pale coming through there. Before that was Omu Sangare with Say, starting off these double play right here on the Oasis on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up this morning. How are you doing? How are you feeling this wonderful morning? I'm hoping that the day has been nothing but kind to you. It's been nothing but sweet to you. And I'm also looking forward to hearing about all your Saturday plans and your Sunday plans on +27634069126. It is the 6:20 Central African time. Let's take a quick break.
The Morning Switch Weekend. with the shy guy.
There's a Ugandan lawmaker. His name is Atkins Katusabe, who speaks with an American accent in Parliament. So the parliamentarians have complained that we don't understand what you are saying.
Listen to him.
Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that could cause an extinction of our entire community. Going to procedure.
Mr. Speaker, the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss very serious issue. It needs to speak the common English of Uganda. The English is too much.
Need a piece of paper so that we'll be able to read. The English is too much. I picture him saying order, order, out of order.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time. Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
Just 9 minutes to go before we get to 6:30 Central African Time. Welcome back to it. You know what is so interesting? Yesterday I was doom scrolling. For those who don't know what doom scrolling is, it's when you sit on social media for a very long time. Not necessarily recommended, but you know, I think during December you have ice cream and chicken wings for breakfast. So you know what? Allow me. Let me be. This is the closest thing I could do to get to my childhood, okay? So, and I was watching a video about habits. Right. And someone was talking, or some woman was talking about how during her postpartum and her pregnancy, she was looking good every day. Like she made it a point to wake up and look good every day, fix her hair, fix her makeup every single day. And other women were like, why would you do that? You're pregnant, you're supposed to be relaxed. And she said, because it was a habit of mine, so her being pregnant did not change anything about that particular habit. And then I don't know, for some reason, I just kind of questioned that a little bit because I'm like, but that doesn't sound like a habit. That sounds like a decision. Because when a habit is something that, listen, this is just an opinion conversation, guys. But in my view, a habit is something you're not aware of. Hence, most people speak about habits in the third person to say, you make a habit of speaking too loudly, or you make a habit of doubting yourself or downplaying yourself. Most of the time, it's people around you that identify, the habits, not you. After a while, when you've identified that something is a habit, I feel like that's a decision. Like that is when you're actually deciding to do something every single day. Or do we tell ourselves it's a habit so that we don't feel like we're fully in control of the decision? Because when you do, then you start creating excuses for the decision. Like, I think for me, I was just like, what are some of the decisions that I've made in my life every single day that I've kind of turned into, I've convinced myself that it was a habit, but it's actually just a decision, like that you're actually making for yourself. Very, very interesting stuff. I really, what is that thing in your life that you feel like, what? I think for me, it's I don't want to say it's cooking, like good food every day, but yeah. As much as, yes, it's a habit, I've made it a habit that I will make sure I dedicate my time to cooking and finding new recipes, but it's an active decision. I think I told myself that I want good food experiences and I don't want to have to always go to restaurants for them. I want to experience them here at home. And I think that's, What else? What other decision have you made, or rather, what habit do you think you've made that actually turned to be a decision every day? Maybe there's some people who gym. They think that, oh no, I wake up, it's a habit now. It's actually a decision to wake up every single day and go to the gym. That is completely your decision. You've made sure that there's nothing that interrupts that decision. Let me know on +27634069126. It is 6:24 Central African Time right here on the Oasis. Let's enjoy some music.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
bahari, I am sailing, wana maji, tabikwishe, nitulie, kama wewe, nasikia tabu hii katika ya fujo, katika usiku, ungoje nakuja, nakimbia kama ndege mbingu sita, nakimbia mpaka kwako, tufurahi, tuimbe kama wewe, nasikia sauti yako, kama mimi nikala chini, ngoje nakuja. We are sailing, oh magane, mpaka kwetu. We are sailing, wana maji, tabikwishe, tulie.
Channel Africa and you have got something in common. The thirst for knowledge.
I'm
Okay, let's do it like this. Yeah, she probably think I'm moving on. I tried telling her, baby, I'm never leaving. I want to cherish the bond. She tired of holding on. She tired of being strong. Tired of thinking about me when I'm gone. Money on my mind, I'm focused on paying bills. I should have focused on showing her how I feel. I should have focused on giving her something real, something so she could heal.
Please don't take your loving away from me. Oh, sky when I've been right here with you. Don't take your loving away from me. Oh, sky when I've been right here with you.
It's Venom, Shiliza featuring a Yams Rapsy, Blackie, Ricky Rick, and Ntsako with Sondela. Before that was Kajanine with a Sailing, and we're sailing through this hour right here on the Oasis with me, Ntsako Mhlanga. Thank you for choosing a very African way to wake up today, 6:33 Central African Time. How was your Saturday? It was a very sporty day yesterday. I saw there was a couple of matches playing in football. And also, we're waking up to the news that Casper Nyovest is with child. Boo, 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 boo. Once again, congratulations to Mr. Nyovest. We're so excited for him. And also, I know that there is currently a boxing game playing right now. There's quite a lot that's happening in and around the world, hey? Quite a lot that's happening. I don't know if you guys have watched the documentary as yet. The Diddy documentary. The only reason why I'm giggling is because I really hope in life, like, you never become this person. Like, I really, really, really hope. If you have not watched that documentary, I beg of you, I know it's also on YouTube right now, please watch the Diddy documentary, guys. I think there's so many errors that we thought, existed in hip hop and music. I just thought it was their beef between Tupac and Biggie. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, what? This was all orchestrated by P. Diddy. Like, yeah, I'm really glad that it came just before the trial. Him being sentenced to 15 months is not enough. It's really, really not enough. And I'm glad that his trial is still coming up because there's no way. And, people were actually on a spiritual note, we're talking about destiny stealers, right? How you need to be mindful about the people you keep around you, especially those who keep wanting your life because they might be absorbing some of it. They might be taking some of it. And people might be stealing your years and stealing your destinies. I mean, how do you release a song 2 days after someone has passed away? and then it goes number 1 and charts. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, when I think about the Diddy documentary, I'm like, wow, you must never undermine the extents that people can go to for the sake of success. And sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, when you do all of these things to get this money and success, like, when is it enough for you? Like, when do you ever feel like, okay, now it's enough, now I've reached my plateau, I've gotten to my place of, they always just constantly want more and more and more and more. And it's, yeah. It was a very, very dark documentary. I'll tell you that for free. Very, very, very dark. I don't know how people kept these industry secrets for so long. I have no idea how they did it. Absolutely no idea. It is a 6:35 as Central African time. We're going to enjoy some music to kickstart your morning on this wonderful morning. I'm hoping that you're having a lovely day so far, that it's very, very kind to you, and it's a very warm as well. I see that today is going to be like a nice outsidey type of day. When I look at the weather, I think I know we're on the right track, guys. It's a good day to have a nice outside day. Maybe go into the garden, go see some friends. I know the moment you step outside, you spend so much money, but go see a friend today. Go grab a coffee with a friend today. Let's be outside, guys. 6:36 Central African time, right here on the Oasis.
The rhythm of Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Football on the air, don't grab all the kid. She telescope me, don't go on my clip. Don't you there before, don't blame it on it. Go power did I let you come to me with him. Oh, Nikin Latan, oh, Nima Latan, oh, Nikin Dojo me, oh, Loma Lapa, oh, Nikin Latan, oh, Nima Latan.
Yola with Maradona coming through there with some great music. I remember when that song was actually released. We got a little bit of a taste of Afro beats, and how far Afro beats can go. It kind of reminds me of the genre Amapiano. It reminds me of the versatility of it and how far it can really go. It is 6:40 Central African time. It's time for a quick break.
The Midnight Snack, 12 to 3 a.m.
Muranziwa wa mina. Muranziwa means my love in Xitsonga. So if you're listening to this, just know that you are my love. Yes. You and I are an item. We're dating. We are together. So I love you, baby. Why are you blushing? Why are you blushing? Like, haven't you heard somebody confessing their love to you? I mean, you gotta get used to it now, because I'm gonna tell you this every day, that I love you. I can tell you, there's so many people who are never told they are loved. I come to the studio every Monday, 12 to 3, because I've got an appointment with you. I take you serious. Forget about the other person, right? Moranziwa.
The Midnight Snack, every Monday, 12 to 3 a.m. with Ntsako Mhlanga. Nighttime radio, just the way you like it. On Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
Many times
Wake up with Oasis.
pasa mama. 6:25 Central African Time. It's Mukumba with Damvela Mama. Before that was Miriam Makeba with Homeland featuring Lukua Kanza. Speaking of Miriam Makeba, I was quite reminded yesterday by our guest Jay Cameron about the role that the relationships between two countries play. And I remember that Miriam Makeba, when she went into exile, she actually had a daughter. She had a daughter, and her daughter passed away in the 80s as well, which was quite unfortunate. Of course, she didn't live to see, but she had one beautiful album, and a lot of people in the Kwaito industry have actually sampled from her daughter's album. One of those is, okay, of course, AKA sampled it. I know the Trompis also sampled some of her songs. I really want to find them on the system so I can actually give you guys like a full-on experience. It would be great actually to be able to do that, to give you guys the experience of some songs that were really sampled and where they are now, and what the original song is, because when you hear it you really do appreciate the beauty of production. It is just 10 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour right here on the Oasis. Stream us on @Channel Africa 1 and also on all social media platforms including YouTube in case you want to see what's going down in the studio. It is 6:50 Central African time. Let's take a break.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, una shauku kuhusu maswala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
Start your weekend grounded and refreshed. Join Ntsako Mhlanga on the Oasis, Saturday from 6 till 9, only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Yeah, my eyes right over. So many things I don't know. I don't smoke, but I coulda really rolled one. I know they fake, keep it 100. True to myself, never fear no one. Only Jaja, now my companion. I focus and I stack my money up. Money to stop all nonsense. Look on the phone on me, cause I know be your mate. And it be glad to see the level they too loud. No fit to handle me. And then my eye know they like sitting where good. Nobody love you like you do, that's why. Hennessy for the pain. Never go be there, never go be there, never go be the same. Hennessy for the pain. You never go be there, never go be there, never go be the same. Yeah. I've been getting lost in a bottle, drowning out the pain till tomorrow. We shed a couple tears for the ones that we lost on the way. Say a prayer for the ones who remain. Cause when life cuts you deep. You try but you still can't sleep. You right wrongs, you don't get even. The damage is slowly starts to fade. We start again. Only wise men will eyes dry over. So if you show me love, me I go show you love. If you there for me, no say I there for you. Me I there protect my energy. Good vibes, only thing I need. Look on the phone on me, cause I know be your mate. And you be glad to see the level they too loud. Not fit to handle me. And then my eye know they like sitting where good. Nobody love you like you do, that's why. Hennessy for the pain. You never gon' be there, never gon' be there, never gon' be the same. Hennessy for the pain. You never gon' be there, never gon' be there, never gon' be the same.
No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love on Channel Africa. Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
Drop out. Alusa, don't be a drop out. Do your bad grades. Rolling on the high grade. And I'm thinking it's a mistake. Calling me a disgrace. Wakani lockdown. Future Wakani crop out. Teacher, don't teach me nonsense. Remember how you call me useless. Don't you know my gift is priceless? And my legacy been timeless. And I'm never working a 9 to 5. I wanna be a rude boy for life. I know that you made a sacrifice. You know I'm willing to pay the price. Mama, I don't wanna be the A student, working for the B students. What company I see students in the land of the D students. Oh mama, now my E students. Uku inje wana dasa na my bands. Oh, you know the end justifies the means. You better take your time, but don't waste it. I think I'm losing motivation. I'm sick and tired of all this fake shit. I need to find a revelation. It takes a nation to raise a man, but it takes a woman to bless the nation. The music is the best education. I'm a preaching to the fucking congregation, telling me nonsense. I can't be munanganga useless. All the son of Connie me digress. To ADHD, see your madness. And I know you're judging me cause I'm high. Can't keep a job in a suit and tie. Can't keep time, but when it's my time, I know you all gonna testify. Have a moment of silence for the A students, working for the B students. What company I see students in the land of the D students. Oh mama, now my E students. Uku inje wana tasa na my bands. Oh, you know the end justifies the means.
It is a BN with a student, and aren't we all a student of life at some point or another? Aren't we all learning from this life thing? We're getting into the second hour of the show. We're going to have some great conversations, some great music in between to start off your lovely Sunday morning. And I know for a fact that when I get home, I'm going to be mopping and sweeping and doing that Sunday cleaning. You know, when you clean like, hey, like you're crazy. It is 7 a.m. Central African time right here on the Oasis. It's time for news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Top stories this hour. Drone attack in the town of Kalogi kills 50 people and 2 marathon organizers arrested in Iran. Good morning. I am Nolutando Butelezi. A drone attack in the town of Kalogi in Sudan's South Kordofan region has hit a kindergarten and killed at least 50 people, including 33 children. The Rapid Support Forces were fingered to be involved in the attack by the Sudan Doctors Network. The paramilitary group offered no immediate comment on the accusation, but instead accused the army of hitting a market on Friday in another drone attack within the Darfur region. The United Nations Children's Agency has condemned the attack on children, urging that children should not have to pay the price of conflict. Moving on to Rwanda, the country has signed a deal with the United States for the provision of $228 million for the health sector in the East African nation. This is the second such pact under the Trump administration's new approach to overseas aid. Kenya became the first country this past week to strike a deal with Washington under the America First Global Health Strategy, which was unveiled in September to improve target countries' self-reliance in managing their health sectors. The health funding agreement came a day after Rwanda's President Paul Kagame and his DRC counterpart Felix Tshisekedi affirmed their commitment to a U.S. brokered deal to end conflict in eastern Congo. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa says that more effort must be directed towards witness protection. Speaking on the sidelines of trade union COSATU's 40th anniversary rally at Dobsonville Stadium in Soweto, south of Johannesburg, the president reflected on Friday night's fatal shooting of the Mhlanga Commission's witness D, who has since been identified as Marius van der Merwe. Ramaphosa has expressed his condolences and says that he will expect a full report on the findings of the investigation.
We are devastated by his killing, and I've said to the minister, they must make sure that the investigation is thorough. They must leave no stone unturned until we find the perpetrators of this heinous crime. It's not acceptable that witnesses who are unraveling things and coming out with the truth of what has been happening, the rot that has been prevalent in our security cluster, are now, as they tell the truth, getting killed themselves. Because this is going to deter many other witnesses from coming forward.
Meanwhile, South Africa's National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure, NET-JOINTS, and the Mhlanga Commission of Inquiry have agreed that security needs to be enhanced at the Commission's hearings in Pretoria. They've released a statement following their meeting yesterday. They've discussed the safety of the Commission's whistleblowers and witnesses. Witness D, who has been identified as Marius van der Merwe, was gunned down in the presence of his wife and children at their home in Brakpan in the east of Johannesburg Friday evening. The Iranian judiciary says that 2 organizers of a marathon have been arrested for allowing women not wearing hijabs to take part. The arrests were made after images emerged online of unveiled women competing in the race yesterday on Kish Island. The BBC's Sebastian Asher has the details.
2,000 women and 3,000 men took part in the marathon on Kish Island off the southern coast of Iran. Dressed in red T-shirts, some of the women competitors were clearly not wearing the hijab or any other head covering. This drew very different reactions from many online who welcomed it as a stand against the restrictions on women and the authorities who've responded to it as an unacceptable challenge to the status quo. It follows a recent warning by the head of the judiciary of the renewed campaign against women not wearing the hijab in public, which was made in response to an increasing number defying the dress code.
Let's now recap the top story for this hour. A drone attack in the town of Kalogi in Sudan's South Kordofan region has hit a kindergarten and killed at least 50 people, including 33 children. The Rapid Support Forces were fingered to be involved in the attack by the Sudan Doctors Network. For any news stories that you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Nolutando Buthelezi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective.
It is 6 minutes after 7 a.m. Welcome back to it. Welcome back to the second and the golden hour of the Oasis right here on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up this morning. How are you doing? How are you feeling? And I'm hoping you're having a lovely morning so far, and you're planning to have a very sweet day ahead. I don't know, but have you ever associated a day with like a type of food? For some reason, today just reminds me of a crisp, cold, sweet rosé. I don't know if it's just me, but that's literally the picture that I had in my head. Maybe it's that day, you know, to be outside, to be loved, to have a nice day where you just look beautiful and everything is just aligned and perfect, you know. Those type of days, man. I wish you guys nothing but happiness. So we're going to get into some health-related conversations. We're going to be talking about a pioneer of a real-time processing, which is called a Health Bridge. They continue to lead through innovation, delivering cloud-based solutions that automate, streamline, and simplify everyday tasks in medical practices, from clinical and medical billing to practice management and specialty service for a wide range of healthcare professionals. And I'm sure you've seen the mustaches in the past month. Of course, November was in November. And one thing that we did see is that men's mental health really does deserve the attention that I don't think society is giving it. And a new data from HealthBridge suggests that when men are diagnosed with chronic diseases like diabetes or hypertension, they face a dramatically increased risk of developing depression or anxiety within just 1 year. So I'd like to even support this by saying it's not just the chronic diseases. Men generally do not enjoy or endure pain. It's not their thing. With us women, it's a little bit different, of course, because we know that our cycles come and they're not the most comfortable. So it's kind of embedded within us that we are going to go through certain pains. I mean, think about labor, for example. Pain is kind of, and I hate to say it, but pain is kind of inherently in our DNA. You know, we're meant to physically go through a lot of pain in our cycles, in our giving birth and all sorts. But with men, it's a little bit different. You know, their bodies are not necessarily hormonally designed to take on pain. So this does not mean that you are not strong as a man. No, it just means biologically pain is not your favorite thing, which means now your hormones negatively act on that and then seeping into depression and anxiety within the first year. Also remember that some of the basic things that men do for us, they help us, they open the door, they help us take the trash out, they help with the heavy stuff around, you know, it makes them feel very macho. Imagine as a man not being able to do that. Imagine not being able to do that for a year or having that paused for some time. And the impact of that in the family. So this conversation is not necessarily about how we're not talking about mental health, but just some of the contributing factors to men's mental health. And I think even when beyond November and Movember, we kind of need to have the conversation about how are we nurturing our men? How are we nurturing them? How are we keeping them, you know, comforted? How do we keep them knowing that, you know what, our men, we love you, we support you, we care for you, and no matter what, you know, like we've got your back, without them feeling like, you know, they're emasculated, because that's also a real thing. This is not about a bashing session. If anything, we're showing empathy to our lovely men, our kings, who sometimes just need a little extra help. It is a 7:10 Central African time. Welcome to the second hour of the show.
Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram or on X at Channel Africa 1. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa 1. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need on the web. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Rejuvenate your mind, rejuvenate your soul with Oasis.
When
Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week.
Mario, udore mari, washandura marudzi, kusatya mwari.
Watora matana kufara tichitambura Vakapirira uminduro Echimike vachapanduka
Pamsoroje, ianokekedza meno wasetenji sitiripa. Takazora mafuta yeshumba, pamsoroje, ianokekedza meno wasetenji sitiripa. Takapinda mudziva nenjuzu pamsoroje, oshandisa mazwi akatetepa, mazwi yakanyorovera. Usafunga kunyarara kwedu kisu achikete, kushandisa mazwi yakatetepa, mazwi yakanyorovera. Kiwe muroi choko zua Vesera Awu wana wawa kwekura Vechidiki vakamirira muminduro choko zua Vesera Awu wana wawa kwekura Vechidiki vakamirira rusununguko choko zua Vesera Awu wana wawa kwekura Vechidiki vakamirira muminduro choko zua Vesera Awu wana wawa kwekura Vechidiki vakamirira rusununguko Wenu kusita maka Gawetu Agusikeli keki banda Sera Wenu velu bufuno ngene kaya Sera Diku tempile ngingaibona Inkololeka Ay ungenspanga Mtala mundipendule Sekutendi senzeni Masibu yele nikaya Choko zua Vesera Awuone wawa kwekula Vechidiki vakamirira wuminduro Choko zua Vesera Awuone wawa kwekula Vechidiki vakamirira rusununguko Choko zua Vesera Awuone wawa kwekula Vechidiki vakamirira wuminduro Choko zua Vesera Awuone wawa kwekula Vechidiki vakamirira rusununguko Uneche 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 Ime vakuruwe Vakuruwe Uneche Iwe uneche Pindura se Vesera Awuona wakweku Vechidiki vakamirira wuminduro Chekazuva
Hey, it's Willis Watafi Africa with the Chekavuga coming through there. And before that, kickstarting the hour was Jeffrey Oyema with Amara. It is a 7:20 Central African time right here on the Oasis with me, Ntsako Mhlanga. Thank you for choosing us and the African way to wake up this morning on this lovely Sunday morning. I don't know if you guys know that Maroon 5 song, Sunday morning, rain is falling. I feel like that's like the vibe for today. I don't know. I think I'm just like manifesting something romantic for everyone. Like, I want everyone to have like a super romantic, lovely Sunday today. You know, the Sunday is for lovers. And maybe if that love is for yourself, then cultivate that. That's also fine. Maybe today is the day you need to romance yourself. Go get that cake. Go get that bottle of something. Or maybe if your money is a little low, then maybe go take that hot bath. Take that shower. Or take that nap. You know, just go and sleep. Like, give yourself the rest you deserve. It is 7:20 Central African time. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we speak to the team at Health Bridge to find a little bit more about how we can nurture our men's mental health, especially through diagnoses of chronic diseases. How do we do that? How do we make sure that our men do not feel demasculated by some of life's ebbs and flows? I mean, these things happen all the time, and it's important for them to know that we still love them. There's nothing that takes away your manhood besides you physically taking your manhood away. So I can't wait to get these conversations in. 7:21 Central African time.
Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
Asidlele mali swasebenzeni mali. Asidlele mali swasebenzeni futhi. Fisukuba nemali eni oletha miqumbe khanda lami lidume ngisafuna ukudla inyama eni engikhohlwa amadumbe imeni obangibuze fisukuba nemali eni oletha miqumbe khanda lami lidume ngisafuna ukudla inyama eni engikhohlwa amadumbe imeni obangibuze
sidlele ma big zul nenkani womsabu ngamaso somatekiso nemali khohlwa nje mfana ngayiqala noma ngakuthuka ungamnaki phethe loshunu wenkava vele uxolisa ungaxwala ngene hostela ngestrosis sikuphiko ngipipisi hlanye ingane bayimisi khipha isandla baskisi badlula uphume e16 sho uyasichaza wehli bheka umswenko ngipakishile shiya intombi isikikisi fika sengihamba namabhingi thatha intombi yomfana ngamgili khala ngeselfu ngayinika kuza kwaba basa yampik yamnikeza ifoni yashaya ipitch bebunehaba mani hayiqini beka ubrand udala uyabizi yangena emotweni intombi yamshiya
fisukuba nemali eni oletha miqumbe khanda lami lidume ngisafuna ukudla inyama eni engikhohlwa amadumbe imeni obangibuze fisukuba nemali eni oletha miqumbe khanda lami lidume ngisafuna ukudla inyama eni engikhohlwa amadumbe imeni obangibuze.
Okay, let's do it like this. I need money trees and summer breeze. Lot of cheese, Louis V's and double G's. Overseas with Tulip P's and Auntie B's. Black cars with credit limits that's guaranteed. man. I thank the Lord, all my brothers is all in. Let's throw a party, my brothers, it's all on me. Follow me, it's all on me. Cause Ferraris and Lambos is all I see. Combination just landed from Italy. Cottonitas and bingers and VIP. It's all on me, it's all on me.
Oletha mikumbe, khanda lami lidume, ngisafuna ukudla inyama. Ngikhohlwa amadumbe, imeni obangibuze, ngifisa ukuba nemali. Oletha mikumbe, khanda lami lidume, ngisafuna ukudla inyama. Ngikhohlwa amadumbe, imeni obangibuze,
ngifisa ukuba nemali, ngentakwe engalali. Umfazi ngamnaki, my phone ngayibamba. Ngihambe ngazazi, ngispende ngasabi. Keep the change nje ungayixanga, ngibrush inkomo ngashu. Suspend amadol, asithandani siyathola. Ungatetezela zoyimosha, funa imali zoyithola. Sufaka inzipho yazibona, sidla imali yabhora. Phatha into mzongithola, zingidlala njengebhola. Siyahamba sobuya kusasa, sayibamba kuyophuma ilanga. Inkabi siphethe isaka, lo shuni usuxaka umhlaba. Ihlanya mayiphethe isamba, asithuka sithanda inhlamba. Zingelisa siphethe intaba, awutito mboweni ishasha. Inkabi bakhanda ngekhavela, katela imnyama lisehostel. Khipha le mali uliqonqela, sebenza enye bizibhodlela. Spenda ungasabi zosondela, shaye kancane zikhobozela. Khula ngemali idokotela, usaba nentombamba ikhandlela.
Ngifisa ukuba nemali, oletha mikumbe, khanda lami lidume, ngisafuna ukudla inyama. Ngikhohlwa amadumbe, imeni obangibuze.
Asihlele mali sosebenze enye imali. Asihlele mali sosebenze enye futhi.
Weekends just got better. Only on Channel Africa.
I don't
My girl Kudzai Sevenzo with I Don't Know Why I Need You, man. And then before that was a Big Zulu featuring a Ricky Rick in Tabaya said Dubai with Malining, which is what we all want. We all want a lot of money. Lots and lots and lots of money, especially in December. You know, you want to get everything done. You want to do your hair, your nails. Every time someone says, let's go out, you want to have enough money for it. With all the rugby games coming up as well. Like, we always feel like, you know, and I think that's one of the things that really does tackle the masculinity aspect as well, is finances, right? And we're going to get into that conversation. It's important for us to talk about men's mental health. I don't think men's mental health conversations should end in November. I think we should continuously have these conversations. And right now, we are going to be talking about men who, especially the new data from HealthBridge, which is suggesting that men are diagnosed with chronic conditions like diabetes or hypertension, they face a dramatically increased risk of developing depression or anxiety within just 1 year. Yet they're least likely to be diagnosed. So joining us is Luis Da Silva, who's the CEO of HealthBridge, to talk about what he calls the year of risk. Luis, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you, Ntsako. Great to be with you and your listeners and viewers.
Amazing stuff. So let's talk about this. I mean, your team analyzed this data from the medical aid claims from January 2022 to December 2024. Used diseases like diabetes, hypertension, anxiety and depression, for especially the different codes there. And we also looked at quite a number of patients as well. What exactly did your data reveal?
So, Ntsako, it's important as a backdrop. This analysis covered just under 200,000 patients across 2,600 or more practices. So it's quite comprehensive. In terms of our national trends from a healthcare perspective. And there were three critical things that were found. Firstly, there's a clear sequence. Of the patients with one or more chronic disease that also have a mental health condition, 68%, more than 2/3 of them were diagnosed with that mental health condition after the chronic disease, not before. So typically patients get the chronic condition, and a while later, we'll talk about that, 68% of those get a mental health condition. The highest risk, as you pointed out, is in the first 12 months, where 40% of those patients that do get a mental health condition once they have a chronic condition happens in the first year. And thirdly, to your introduction point, Ntsako, men with particularly multiple chronic diseases, so let's say diabetes and hypertension, we see that they are diagnosed with a mental health condition much more frequently than women with multiple diagnoses. And this tells us that men are suffering silently, and that's why men are converting, if you like, to a mental health condition much more frequently than women. It's also important to understand that the only data we've got are for people who are lucky enough to have medical aid, private medical aid in our country, South Africa. The incidence amongst the broader South African population, particularly those in public health, or otherwise paying out of pocket, or not even accessing care at all, is likely to be far more severe, and potentially, not that we have the data, I'd imagine, in the rest of Africa too. So this is probably the good news of what's not good news in a sense.
Yeah, but also I can't help but think about the underserved communities, right, that don't necessarily have access to medical aids, but also refuse to get medical help. And then they kind of fall into a mental illness like depression, like anxiety, because they're experiencing these ailments, these pains, and this discomfort and prolonged discomfort, and they fall into that. So talk to us specifically why men are at higher risk.
So I think in the end, men face a perfect storm. Firstly, they're more likely to have multiple chronic conditions, which, as we heard just now, compounds the risk significantly. But culturally, men are conditioned not to complain, not to admit struggle. Maybe we're not used to dealing with discomfort and pain and not have energy and feel good. And this certainly is supported worldwide by the fact that men have a higher rate of suicide at the end. So a male might be dutifully managing blood sugar, but never mention the overwhelming anxiety, because in our world, real men don't complain. Or maybe the medication adherence starts dropping because he doesn't care. But because he's undiagnosed for depression, it's robbed him of his motivation, and he's too ashamed to admit that he's struggling. And our data clearly shows that we need to do more than just wait for men to speak up, because by the time they speak up, as we saw by the data, it's quite late in the process. So we need to actively screen for it, especially in that first year after being diagnosed with a chronic condition like hypertension or diabetes.
Is there a relationship between pain, pain, what do you call it? Not endurance as per se, but how women receive pain versus how men receive pain, especially hormonally, right? We know that as women, we experience different pains all the time due to our menstrual cycle, labor, and all sorts. And our body hormonally as well does put us through quite a number of things. With men, it's a little bit different, right? You don't necessarily have those cycles, but the pain hormone that is in women is also in men. Do you feel like there is a relationship between how men process pain physically, especially when they are not feeling as physically strong as they used to?
Yeah, so Ntsako, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an engineer by background. However, I have a personal experience that I can tell. I do a lot of running. I'm what they call a weekend warrior. So I do marathons, ultra marathons, and so on. And what I can tell you, and it's not just in the average runner, but even in the elite runners, the further the distance, the better women do, where it's not so much strength, but it's actually pain and pain management at the end of the day.
Yes.
So I think you're onto something there. Men are the strong guys, we can do everything. And then suddenly we hit a difficulty, and it's part of our identity that we don't struggle. Maybe it's a bit of ego, I'm not sure. But men are meant to be the strong guys. Another personal antidote I have, and I've seen this many times, is when a baby is born, there is rightly so a lot of emphasis on the mother and the child to come. And when the child is born, on the child as well. And the guys on the side, and that's cool. And I experienced it, and I have a lot of people that I work with, and I've seen every single dad. About day 3 after the child is born, there is an overwhelming pressure on the dad and anxiety about caring for the family, so on and so forth. And it's a quiet silence. It speaks to, again, I guess we as men not open to speaking to either friends or doctors or family about the pressures that we're going through.
And I think it's only fair. I mean, think about it. In the average relationship, you're only worried about paying for dates. Maybe you're paying for her nail appointment, or you're taking her out for ice cream. But now you are thinking about, being the family man. Now it's a whole different ballgame. This person is looking to you for shelter, and soon education and guidance, support. And chances are maybe you, as a father, didn't necessarily experience that with your father for whatever circumstance it is. So I can imagine that. I want us to take a quick break. You mentioned a word there that I want us to tackle and kind of debunk, the ego word. Because I feel ego receives a lot of negative PR, and I want us to really unpack kind of the impact of that on the mental health of a man. And it's great that you're a man and you're also open and vulnerable about it. So thank you so much for your vulnerability. But let's hang 10. It is 7:40 Central African time. We'll be right back after these.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, una shauku kuhusu maswala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa. Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za.
7:41 Central African Time. Welcome back to it. This is the Oasis, and we're talking about some of the contributing factors to men's mental health, and one of them is a chronic disease diagnosis, right? When you think about within that year of men receiving that, it kind of impacts their masculinity. It impacts, their well-being and pain management as well. You can imagine. But I want us to dig a little bit deeper into this conversation. Joining us is the CEO of HealthBridge, Luis De Silva. So just bringing you in here, you used the ego word, right? And I think, and perhaps this is just my view, right? But I feel like ego gets a lot of negative PR. I don't think we truly understand how potentially ego could protect us as a people. Right? Because when men are aware of who they are, when they know that as a man there are certain responsibilities you're meant to have, I feel like there's a beautiful balance that happens there. For example, you just mentioned a great example that you mentioned now, the pressure that happens when men maybe 3-4 days after birth, realizing that, okay, I now have a family. I feel like that is a good ego coming to play, because the man can now decide that, okay, I need to work harder, I need to be better, I need to be a better example for my family, right? Of course, there's an opposite side to that, where a man will just kind of retreat into their negative traits. Do you think when these diagnoses take place, and from a man's perspective as well, it's really just an open discussion, but can we maybe, do you think there's an opportunity for us to kind of view ego in a positive sense that will also support the mental health of a man?
Yes, I do. So ego is a loaded word, like you say. So let's bring it back to a chronic condition. What are the different cycles a patient that's just been recently diagnosed with a chronic condition will go? Firstly, they get the news, right? It's actually quite shocking. There's lots of bad news around chronic conditions. It can be managed, and great people have great lives with these conditions. But at first, there is the shock, if you're not almost counseled about what this condition is and how it's going to be managed. Then you go on to medicines, and it's not to say that right up front you're going to be exactly on the right medication. The dosages might be wrong, this type of medication might be the wrong one for you, and so there's a bit of a trial and error, and during that you're going to potentially even feel worse because the meds might have some side effects. And lastly, these conditions, which are ultimately lifestyle conditions, affect your brain chemistry. So you're not feeling the greatest and the best, and therefore are up to necessarily making the lifestyle changes that ultimately need to be made for these chronic conditions. So these things all come together. And you're right, there's an opportunity to flip the script to say, look, you're a contributor to society, you're a contributor to your family. Take this opportunity to get healthier so that you can do the things that you want to do and need to do. And again, I didn't plan to do this, but I'm going to share a personal story, if that's okay, Ntsako.
Yes, please.
In about 2000, our daughter had just been born. And we were starting HealthBridge. It was a really busy time, a typical startup scenario, and working hours and a lot of stress. And I realized I probably need to go to the doctor and just see how I'm doing. So I went for a checkup. And my doctor came back with my blood results and everything else and said, you know what, if we look at, he had a scorecard, if you look at your blood results and your sugar levels and your blood pressure and so on, in the next 5 years, you have a very real risk of being diabetic and or having a heart attack.
Sure.
This was about 2000. And he said, go home and think about that. And I remember driving home quite irritated, saying, he told me this and he didn't give me any medicine. And I literally had one of those shower moments where I got out the shower and I had this vision of my daughter was then 1 year old, her at the age of 18, us on a beach, and me diving through the shallow water and catching a frisbee that she had just thrown at me. Literally, I can still see it today. And that gave me the impetus. So that's where ego was a good thing. It said, I want to be that dad that can catch that frisbee. But that's in 18 years' time. And my doctors just told me that in 5 years' time, I might be diabetic and or have a heart attack. And so my journey began. I was then maybe 12 kilograms heavier. My blood pressure was bad, and I was on the way to being diabetic. So there are opportunities to flip the script and utilize your ego for its good, because it is a good thing when used appropriately.
But now bringing it back to the doctors, I mean, there's a lot of, I've never experienced a negative diagnosis because naturally I'm a woman. So when I walk in there, you know, we kind of channel that compassion and empathy. But I think that's kind of where, you know, we go wrong. I mean, what should doctors do differently? I mean, even that go home and think about it, I'm not sure about that. You know, I've never even received, you know, feedback like that from a doctor. Usually they throw everything at us to say, listen, go forward, take care of yourself. Do you think there is a different treatment from doctors to men and women? And what should doctors do differently?
I think three things, Ntsako. Firstly, it needs to be recognized, as the data shows, that a chronic disease diagnosis is actually a mental health, let's call it a risk event, right? So when diagnosed, a patient, there is a very real risk, as you saw, 68%, that this patient down the line and 40% within the first year will have a mental health condition. The second is to implement routine mental health screening within that critical first year. So imagine, Louis, you've been diagnosed with diabetes. I'm going to follow up in the next few months, not just to check your HbA1c level, which is the metric for diabetes, but also want to see how you're doing. And the reality, though, is doctors are incredibly burdened. You go into any practice, you see the volumes of patients and the stress. And I'm talking about your general practitioner, your family practitioner. So they also need to be helped to do these kind of screenings and tests. And the great thing is that technology these days can really set up a practice and a doctor to do those clinical things like check for mental health without it being another onerous clinical administrative event. You know, doctors typically spend an hour to 2 hours after seeing patients just doing clinical admin. And what technology can do now is get that clinical admin out the way right there and there, so they too can have quality of life when they go home. So I think it's three things. Know that there's a risk. Two, make sure that you do screening as a result of that, particularly in that first year. And the third is let technology help you with that admin that ultimately comes with that.
Tech has done so much for us in the health sector. And I think, you know, you said that you started HealthBridge around 2000. So I'm saying 25 years of HealthBridge. And I'm sure you do have evidence of that. First, congratulations to that. A business lasting that long is really just phenomenal. And the fact that you've been doing it that long and are still healthy, we really kudos to you, man. What is the call to action from HealthBridge?
I think there are, for me, there's call to actions from different stakeholders. Firstly, doctors, as we spoke about, make mental health screening routine in chronic disease care, especially in that first critical year, and leverage technology to do that. It doesn't have to be a burden for you. For the healthcare system at large, support what is called integrated care models. Don't treat these conditions in silos. Know that things like mental health and chronic diseases are interwoven. So set up the healthcare system to treat them as one patient. And for patients, particularly for men, us men, know that struggling emotionally after chronic disease is normal and is treatable. So speak up. And I guess lastly, for all of us, Ntsako, as a community or society, to continue the conversation that November started. You know, mental health isn't just a November issue. It's a daily reality that intersects with every aspect of care and society. And we need to keep the conversation going.
Amazing stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we look forward to seeing the work that you guys are going to continue to do.
Thank you. Lovely speaking to you this Sunday morning.
Amazing stuff. It is 7:50 Central African time. That was Luis Da Silva, who's the CEO of HealthBridge. We're talking about the impact of chronic diseases on the mental health of men. We love you, our kings, and we want to make sure that you guys are okay. You know, for me, it gave me a little bit of perspective. You know, the fact that 3 days after birth, you know, men kind of go into like a shock state, you know, kind of realizing that they now have a family. I think it's so important that when change happens within our families, within our men, that there's a little bit of like a therapy, a little bit like a mental health check-in for everyone. You know, even if it's just families sitting together maybe once every 2 weeks. I know in my family we prioritize things like that. We sit in like once a week, once every 2 weeks to kind of just check in on everyone. You know, how's everyone adjusting to the change, and navigating the change. It's very, very important. 9 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour, and let's enjoy some music. I'm seeing some Miriam Makeba coming up. I'm seeing some Tiwa Savage coming up. We've got some great songs. And let me know if you want something to listen to on +276 406 9126.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África @ newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Find the latest Oasis podcast on www.channelafrica.co.za.
Mama ndiyalila, ondililela umuzika bawa mama. 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 Wasilele umuzika bawo mama. Vugani bafazi, wasilele umuzika bawo mama. Vugani zinsizwa, wasilele umuzika bawo mama. Vugani zintombi, wasilele umuzika bawo mama. Zapala, utala sishuka.
love music, love culture, love life. Because you on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Bougez, bougez. Il faut bouger.
Ça va bouger, 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 bouger. On veut entendre tout le monde. Avec quoi un scalp incontournable, number one. Ah, Uno, Hana, Uno, Hana, Uno, Hana, Uno. Akubayo, yo. C'est qui ça? Mais le gars, tu fais quoi? Oh, debout là-bas, là, debout, 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 debout. J'ai pour nous bêter, tu veux les coups, oh, dolo, yeah.
On va bouger, bouger. On va bouger, bouger.
On a tout fait, on a parlé, oh yeah. On a tout fait, on a crié, oh yeah. Mais vraiment rien n'a changé, oh yeah. En tout cas rien n'a changé, oh yeah.
On va bouger, bouger.
À bouger, à bouger, à bouger.
On va bouger, bouger.
Bouger, à bouger, à bouger.
Bouger, bouger. On va bouger, bouger.
C'est la maladie du bouger, bouger. J'ai pour nous bêter, tu veux les coups, oh, oh, dolo, oh yeah.
On va bouger, bouger. On va bouger, bouger.
On y va. On a tout fait, on a parlé, oh yeah. On a tout fait, on a crié, oh yeah. Mais vraiment rien n'a changé, oh yeah. En tout cas rien n'a changé, oh yeah.
On va bouger, bouger. On va bouger, bouger. Bouger, bouger.
Ça va bouger devant.
On va bouger, bouger.
On dit c'est ça qui est la vérité. Faut pas t'asseoir mon ami, faut danser. Voilà. Faut même pas t'asseoir un peu. Faut danser. À danser. À danser. À danser. À danser. À danser. À couper, couper. À danser. Oh là là, on a trop parlé mais rien n'a changé. Oh. Si on est tous des amis, faut qu'on se dise la vérité. Chez nous à Abidjan, quand c'est comme ça, y'a pas de drague. C'est Kuma Molo Molo là qui peut tout arranger. Oh. La vie est trop belle, mon ami, faut en profiter. Oh. Dans la vie, quand tu es garçon, faut nyanga. Oh. Tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. S'il y a espoir, tu dois bouger. Oh yeah. On va crier ensemble. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Tout le monde. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Mon ami, si tu veux pas danser, quitte là, on va danser. Il faut bouger, le gars. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Tant qu'il y a la vie, tant qu'il y a la vie, on dit toujours y'a espoir. Mais tu fais quoi là? Toi, mon ami, tu dois bouger, oh yeah. Ça, c'est l'ambiance à la manière Magic System, corps et scalp. Ah ouais, il faut danser, mon gars.
It is the Magic System with Booga Booga coming through there. Before that was the beautiful Miriam Makeba with Mama Ndialila coming through there. We've headed to the top of the hour. It is 8 a.m. Central African time right here on Channel Africa. The Oasis, to be specific, which happens every single Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 9 a.m. We wake you up, honey. And right now it's time for news.
SABC News. The African perspective.
Top stories this hour. A drone attack in Sudan's Kalogi town claims at least 50 lives, and U.S. Secretary of Defense justifies attacks on alleged drug trafficking boats. Good morning. I am Nolutando Butelezi. A drone attack in the town of Kalogi in Sudan's South Kordofan region has hit a kindergarten and at least 50 people, including 33 children. The Rapid Support Forces were fingered to be involved in the attack by the Sudan Doctors Network. The paramilitary group offered no immediate comment on the accusation, but instead accused the army of hitting a market on Friday in another drone attack within the Darfur region. The United Nations Children's Agency has condemned the attack on children, urging that children should not have to pay the price of conflict. In Rwanda, the country has signed a deal with the United States for the provision of $228 million for the health sector in the East African nation. This is the second such pact under the Trump administration's new approach to overseas aid. Kenya became the first country this past week to strike a deal with Washington under the America First Global Health Strategy, which was unveiled in September to improve target countries' self-reliance in managing their health sectors. The health funding agreement came a day after Rwanda's President Paul Kagame and his DRC counterpart Felix Tshisekedi affirmed their commitment to a U.S. brokered deal to end conflict in eastern Congo. South Africa's Net Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure, Net Joints, and the Mhlanga Commission of Inquiry have agreed that security needs to be enhanced at the Commission's hearings in Pretoria. They have released a statement following their meeting yesterday. They discussed the safety of the Commission's whistleblowers as well as witnesses. This follows the killing of the Commission's witness D, who has been identified as Marius van der Merwe. He was gunned down in the presence of his wife and children at their home in Brakpan in the east of Johannesburg on Friday evening. Meanwhile, the President Cyril Ramaphosa says more effort must be directed towards witness protection. He spoke on the sidelines of Trade Unions COSATU's 40th anniversary rally at Dobsonville Stadium in Soweto yesterday. The President reflected on Friday night's fatal shooting of the Mhlanga Commission's witness. Ramaphosa expressed his condolences and says that he will expect a full report on the findings of the investigation.
We're devastated by his killing, and I've said to the minister, they must make sure that the investigation is thorough. They must leave no stone unturned until we find the perpetrators of this heinous crime. It's not acceptable that witnesses who are unraveling things and coming out with the truth of what has been happening, the rot that has been prevalent in our security cluster, are now, as they tell the truth, getting killed themselves. Because this is going to deter many other witnesses from coming forward.
The U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has tried to justify attacks on alleged drug trafficking boats in the Pacific and the Caribbean. Addressing defense industry leaders, Hegseth said that the days of what he called narco-terrorists were over. The BBC's Sean Daly has the details.
It was a speech Pete Hegseth was making to military personnel, but clearly one that was intended to be heard the world over. The language he was using was quite strong, talking about narco-terrorists and likening people who he said were parts of organisations who wanted to smuggle drugs into the USA with the 9/11 terrorist organisation Al-Qaeda. And his message to anyone, he said, who wanted to bring drugs into the US and poses that threat is, we will find you and we will sink you.
Recapping the top story now, a drone attack in the town of Kalogi in Sudan's South Kordofan region has hit a kindergarten and killed at least 50 people, including 33 children. The Rapid Support Forces were fingered to be involved in the attack by the Sudan Doctors Network. For any news stories that you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Nolutando Buthelezi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective.
It is 5 minutes after 8 a.m. Central African time. I almost said 8 p.m. I don't know why. What's going to happen at 8 p.m.? Maybe I'm going to receive some great news. But either way, we're here today having a good time, having the time of our lives, guys. This is the Oasis right here on Channel Africa. And I can't wait to have these amazing conversations with you. We're going to have a lovely time talking about the art of filmmaking with an Emmy award-winning filmmaker all the way from Africa, guys. People are winning Emmys. Do you understand what an Emmy is? Like, when you walk into the film industry, the media industry, there's certain awards that just hold so much weight. The Emmys are one of them. I mean, it's the Emmys, my boy. It's the Emmys. And honestly, I am so excited to have this conversation. I'm excited to talk about this. I think it's very important for us to know that, there's a ceiling that, we know when they say they passed the glass ceiling. Yeah, like it's important for you to always dream bigger than what you ever thought you could actually ever achieve. Especially for the young filmmakers that are probably looking and saying, oh, guys, there's probably no money. There's no opportunities out there. Trust there is. Trust me, there is. There are so many things you can do with your careers, guys. And we're going to talk about that. We're also going to have some great music in between all of it. So make sure you're sending me your messages on WhatsApp, +27634069126. 4069126. Also, you can stream us live on Channel Africa 1 on all social media platforms, on Facebook as well, and at Channel Africa. You can follow us there and see my purple dress and my bare face. The one thing that I'm really enjoying about being African is our melanin. Our skin is beautiful. And I feel like the more you simplify your skincare routine, the better your skin turns out to be. If you leave it at that green soap, sunscreen, Vaseline, you're done. Like, you're literally done. You don't even have to do a lot. I literally changed mine. I made, there's a snail collagen that I'm also using. I like using very natural, remedies for certain things. And it has evened out my skin. I mean, I'm looking at my skin during the stream and I'm like, wow. Perfect. Thank you to the team for making it happen, man. We're also I also would love to know all about your plans coming up this wonderful day, this lovely Sunday. I'm feeling good today. I'm in the mood for a nice day, whether we're going to be outside with loved ones, whatever the case is. I'm really hoping that you make some really, really good decisions today. I'm also looking forward to seeing what good news is going to come up this December. We just heard the news that Casper Nyovest is expecting a baby with his wonderful wife. Congratulations, guys. I can't wait to see. 2026, I feel like it's going to come with a lot of engagements. A lot of babies. And if you do see yourself there, if you do see yourself as one of the engagements, maybe you're single right now and you're like, hey, I don't know, maybe it's like, oh, this thing is not going to happen for me. You'd be so surprised. You would be so surprised to know that maybe the person you meet in Jan is going to propose to you in September next year. Like, that's the thing about life, right? Is that you think you think you've got it all figured out. Like, yeah, next year I'm going to be single. Then you meet literal love of your life in January, only to get proposed to in September. That's life. You think that, oh, okay, you know what? December, I'm not going to be in love, only to find you meet the person in November. You have no idea, guys, the beauty that is literally waiting for you on the other side of doubt. It is 8:10 Central African time. Welcome to the third and final hour of the show.
Nkhanza zokhudza amuna ndi azimayi kapena kuti gender based violence GBV zikuononga mioyo komanso kuphwasula midzi zikuchitika m'manyumba, m'masukulu, malo ogwirira ntchito ndipo kwambiri mwakachetechete koma sizikuyenera kupitirira. Mukazimva yankhulani, ngati mwakhuzidwa funani chithandizo chifukwa kusachita chilichonse sikuthandiza. Mverani kuma wireless onse 14 a SABC kuchokera lachitatu pa 23 mwezi uno wa Julai kuti mumve zokambirana, malangizo, masewero, zionesero za maphunziro ndi mafunso okhuza nkhanza za amuna ndi azimayi ndi akatswiri, anthu opulumuka ku nkhanzazi, kukhazikitsa lamulo komanso dziko lonse lokhuzidwa ndi nkhanzazi. Zonsezi pa wireless yomwe mumayikonda ya SABC. Imbirani pa nambala 0800 428 428 kuti munene za nkhanzazi kapena kupeza chithandizo. Nkhanza zokhuza amuna ndi azimayi zimatha ndi inu. Uthenga ukufikani kuchokera ku SABC.
Start your mornings with inspirational stories.
Say me unique bow, this soldier me body day. We must enter one nick out. I don't want know anything we go make you kill my ginger. You know she say I'm for real. Motunwari pe one belada. Wajata, oh lo 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 lo. Wajata, one belada. Mongono lawa, wajata, oh lo 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 lo. Wajata.
From 6 till 9 a.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Mzee alisema hakuna cha bure, msemo tumeutafsiri kinyume. Hata shule kuingiza mtoto lazima utoe mchoto. Kupata simu ni bala, road license bei nafuu tanunua. Kupoteza ID ni mashaka, twarudisha jamhuri yetu nyuma. Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe ndugu, nenda Limuru. Hata nyumbani ukipatwa na majambazi, kupiga 99 masema sisi hatuna gari. Lete 5,000 ya petroli, zaidi ya utumishi. Mahakamani hela ndiyo haki, kwa 1,000 chache mshtakiwa ndiwe mshtaki. Utajiri huwa ushahidi, twarudisha jamhuri yetu nyuma. Jamani, nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka soda ewe inspekta, burudika na Fanta. Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe mama, nunua Ketepa. Huko Kenyatta madawa zimeisha, mashiti zauzwa marikiti 100 kwa 100. Wafanyikazi waenda miezi bila pesa, ni bahati ukitibiwa. Mzigo wetu unazidi kuwa mzito, watoto 4 na mshahara wa 2,500 ya vitabu na viatu na vyakula. Nauliza na Mbotela, je, huu ni ubwana? Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe ndugu, nenda Limuru. Nchi ya kitu kidogo ni nchi ya watu wadogo. Ukitaka chai ewe mama, nunua Ketepa.
It's my boy Eric Wainana with Ntsako Mhlanga. Before that was Kabza, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Casper Nyovest with Sponono. And that's a very cute, like, endearing way to call like someone that you love, by the way. Just a fun fact for those who maybe want to use it in future. It is at 8:20 right here on Channel Africa on the Oasis, which happens every single Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 9 a.m. Central African time. For now, let's take a break.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, una shauku kuhusu masuala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
And take Channel Africa with you everywhere you go.
To be wise, yo, now the lady be strong man, yo. See as them they look, yo, all eyes on me like a Tupac, yo. I keep them Balenciaga, they shady milli, a too bad, yo. I know they for your chit chat, yo. Carry your matter, they go TikTok, yo. My gentle days on go, I know they look back, yo. Channel Africa, where every moment is an African celebration. Feel the energy, feel the connection. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, enimba, master. Toya dike, menu dike. Toya dike, menu dike. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ebwe chenjigo. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ebwa dagarigo. Omarunga basi. Clear the road for Musabi. kasi, onwarunga basi, onakia kasi, ekube dike, ibe dike kwe, wani manaria, achaluko dike.
From dusk till dawn, Channel Africa Radio is your soundtrack to life.
Adia telonge, nabina usabwa munyenge, binyola sibi, lobeni mumusima, sibi ananika enu wanyambe na belemo, tumimbu tumbande, bate ya moe tube, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, mama miomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, non, non. Maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Hey, hey, elle ne l'a pas vu, non. Et oui, elle a emballé, maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Binyomena luben, matoi lo tate sosenga, mwendi mumwawe, matete na mulema. Sitimbe ananika eno wanyambe na belemo, tumimbu mitumbande, bate ya moe tube, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, maman miomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle a balé, maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, maman n'a pas vu, maman n'a pas vu, non, non, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle a balé, maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non, non. Anyangwa miwo, alabe tomba, na usatondona, omewa uchungwa jemba munango na timbino, tobwe tomba munyenge, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, aye, alabe tomba, sila ne tomba, we, a maman miomba, we, maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh, elle ne l'a pas vu, non, et oui, elle a balé, maman ne l'a pas vu, non, 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 eh, eh. Maman n'a pas vu, non, 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 maman ne l'a pas vu, non, non.
This is the Oasis on Channel Africa with Ntsako Mhlanga.
For your mata, I be akka go. For your mata, I go carry go. For your mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Call my number +234. What the hell are you waiting for? Fry my brain with your cooking pot, baby, no way to. Full import, sexy girl in a blue pin Porsche. Smash up girl, we don't need my funds. Oh my lord, oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. I be akka go. For your mata, I go carry go. For your mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Akka. For your mata, I be akka go. For your mata, I go carry go. For your mata, I go scatter city, scatter town.
Dans mon trône, il me manque une vraie queen. Une vraie. Maintenant que t'es là. Je suis tout à toi, t'inquiète pas, je suis sous emprise. Nana Kobalo, Nana Lela, Nana Yo. T'es ma meilleure carte d'Afrique.
Oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. I be akka go. For your mata, I go carry go. For your mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Akka. For your mata, I be akka go. For your mata, I go carry go. For your mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Ask a lady from Africa. Oh, yo, original.
It's Oxlade with Eve featuring Fali Ipupa. Before that, we had some music from Charlotte Dipanda, which is Elena Bas Vu coming through there right here on the Oasis on Channel Africa. Thank you for choosing us to usher in your morning, your Sunday morning. How are you feeling? How did you wake up this morning? If you woke up with a headache, I'm sorry. I always end off the show by saying make good choices. So clearly yesterday you didn't make a good one. Maybe you woke up with a headache because, hey, it was going down yesterday. It was a nice time, eh? Maybe you were watching some sports. There's a lot of games playing yesterday. There was local football. There's international football. I know right now, I don't know where the ranking is, but you know when you hear a man screaming from the lounge and it's Arsenal not scoring and you're just there like, okay, so who do we support? It's very confusing. You need to be very clear about which household supports what, you know? Because then I saw someone celebrating, you know, one of the teams losing. And I was like, okay, so does that mean they go down the rank? Like, what does this mean? I just say go sports. Like, go sports overall, man. These things, people take them seriously. And I take my rugby seriously. Ooh, that's where you will see the real me, man. If you see my rugby. And then also yesterday, we announced that FIFA, for the FIFA World Cup happening next year in June 2026. Repeat of history. Mexico and South Africa will be opening the game. I'm going to beg on my knees right now. South Africa, for my sake, for everyone's sake, please don't lose. Like, losing again would be actually so catastrophic. We can't even have or claim any Mexican restaurants in South Africa. Like, it would not make sense, you know? The fact that in 2010, the World Cup, they wanted us to, verse Mexico and we lost. And now again, no. We need to do something, guys. We need to take one victory home. And, basing it off of the way South Africa's been performing, I'd like to think it's going to be great. Can't wait for the FIFA World Cup, especially in June. It's going to be so exciting. We're going to be out on the streets. We're going to be enjoying some time together. Going to be having a nice competitive time. I love sporting seasons. Sports kind of allows us to, be competitive, but in like a very healthy way. So I'm particularly excited about that. 8:36 Central African Time, continuing with some great music. Let me know what you want to hear today on +2 763 406 9126. And also for those who want to stream us as well, is on at YouTube at Channel Africa 1. Let me know if you want to hear something specific today to usher in your day, to let you know that, number one, you are absolutely special. That's why we do everything for you, honey. And I really can't wait for that. It is at 8:37 Central African Time.
No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love on Channel Africa.
Okay. Think I ask you one question. Would you hold it down if things were wrong, or would this serve as lesson? It's okay. You didn't find true affection, and it'd be hard for you to trust somebody. It's okay. Girl, I know you paranoid. Don't stress your head, baby. I go hold it down, yeah. Mademoiselle, je vous aime bien. Don't stress your head, baby, I'ma hold it down. I go hold it down, yeah.
Si tu sens que je suis paranoïaque, j'ai le cœur blessé avant toi. J'ai 1000 pare-balles, mais ça change rien. Il faut d'abord que je pense à moi. Tout ça, moi j'ai plus rien. Bébé, va droit devant. On réfléchira demain. J'ai mis sentiments de côté pour savoir si ça en vaut la peine. Je préfère te chanter ce que je ressens, que tu l'entends sur Spotify. Je pourrais te suivre à commencer, yeah. Bébé, fais-moi rêver toute la nuit, yeah.
Girl, I know you paranoid. Don't stress your head, baby, I go hold it down, yeah. Mademoiselle, je vous aime bien. Don't stress your head, baby, I'ma hold it down. I go hold it down, yeah. Girl, I know you paranoid. Don't stress your head, baby, I go hold it down, yeah. Mademoiselle, je vous aime bien. Don't stress your head, baby, I'ma hold it down. I go hold it down, yeah. Real jiggy boy, she did feel my vibe. Same reason she didn't lose her mind. She get that VH body. I hear my tears from my man. Got no beans, some money, be a boo. Big body, big cargo. You telling me your hot and cold, but it be me go one man for you, oh, baby girl. Ooh, like D-crime, you don't need to be told. It's a feeling you can't control, and you can't explain, you can only feel, yeah. Ooh, 5-star, you don't need to be told. It's a feeling you can't control, yeah. Girl, I know you paranoid. Don't stress your head, baby, I go hold it down, yeah. Mademoiselle, je vous aime bien. Don't stress your head, baby, I'ma hold it down. I go hold it down, yeah. Girl, I know you paranoid.
Mix Vibration sur Channel Africa.
Qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à dire ça? Est-ce que vous avez observé un certain nombre d'événements dans la vie? Est-ce que c'était par rapport à une expérience? Est-ce que vous avez rencontré des choses qui vous ont dit il faut de la patience, comme ça les choses vont venir au bon moment et les bons dieux pourra peut-être me visiter?
Oui, c'était justement un conseil que le Seigneur m'a fait inspirer pour donner à son peuple, parce qu'il y a la plupart des gens, pendant que Dieu bénit les autres, ils pensent que Dieu les a oubliés, et pendant que Dieu ouvre pour les autres, ils pensent que peut-être Dieu n'a pas pu écouter leurs prières. Alors ce n'est pas le cas. Alors Dieu bénit tout un chacun de nous avec son temps. Donc le temps de Dieu est toujours le meilleur dans la vie de tout un chacun de nous.
Mix Vibration tous les dimanches de 18h à 19h, temps universel.
In a noisy world, find your calm. Tune in to Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga.
Yeah, know.
Every weekend mornings, only on Channel Africa.
It's Jeff Maluleke with Shimadza coming through there. It is 8:42 Central African time. Welcome back to the Oasis with me, Ntsako Mhlanga. So, we now shine a powerful spotlight on a man whose work is not just filmmaking, it is a mission, a movement, and a reminder that African stories can stand shoulder to shoulder with the world's finest. Emmy-winning filmmaker Joel Kachi Benson has captured global attention with his deeply human, emotionally resonating documentaries, from Madu, the groundbreaking Disney original documentary that made him the first Nigerian filmmaker to win an Emmy, to Mothers of Chibok, which continues to stir global conversations. Now signed with the prestigious Synod Media, Benson steps into an exciting new chapter, preparing a slate of non-fiction films that promise to challenge, inspire, and reshape global perceptions of Africa. We dive into his extraordinary journey, the discipline, the sacrifice, the calling, and the heart that carried him from Lagos to the world stage. And he joins us on the line. Joel Kachi Benson, Emmy-winning filmmaker. Please come to the front. How are you?
I'm good. That's a heavy introduction, huh?
But you're doing very well. So I guess it's fitting, right? So this is exciting. First of all, your Emmy win, it wasn't necessarily a personal victory. You really brought that home. I mean, you brought it back to Africa. You brought filmmaking back to Africa. And I think one of the biggest conversations we've been having is how we can own back the content that we put out, you know. What was your inner conviction, especially that kept you pushing forward, even when the path wasn't that
clear? I mean, for me, it's always been about the story. You know, like, how do we sort of like present our continent, our people, you know, through the right lens, the lens of dignity, the lens of courage, the lens of hope. I'm always driven by the stories. That's what really motivates me. And so the main gratification for me is really, you know, is this story worth telling? Why do I want to tell the story? What message am I trying to convey? And so, yeah, you know, there's everyday stories surround us. We just have to open our eyes to see. But it's also important for us as a people that we tell these stories, because it's also a source of inspiration for us as a people. We complain about our stories being told through this Western gaze and how they don't really dignify us or show us as we truly are. So the question is, who's going to tell the stories that dignify us? And I think that's our responsibility as African filmmakers and storytellers.
And you've once said that, our stories matter, and when told with care, they can travel and transform. And I feel like that's a very spiritual saying, because when you think about some of the stories that happen in Africa, most of them do come from a very heavily spiritual background. Do you think that your childhood and just the way that you were raised in the environment and the community you were raised in kind of influenced that?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the time we're shaped by our experiences, right? And so growing up in a household where, you know, my mom was very spiritual, and I also didn't sort of like grow up in a very quote unquote privileged background. Things were tough, sometimes had to be on the streets. And so you're very connected to what's happening to the quote unquote the ordinary man, right? You're very connected. You see it. It's happening to you as well as the people around you. And so as you grow and get older, these things shape your worldview, and how you approach things, how you approach life. And so as you start to tell stories, when I started to tell stories, I was really drawn to these stories of like human resilience. Like, how do we're plagued with so many challenges on the continent, but in spite of it all, we managed to push through. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. We figure out ways to navigate these things. And so that for me became sort of like the anchor point for my storytelling, where I'd always want to shine the light on what makes us special, what makes us unique, what makes us different, in spite of the challenges that we have.
And I can imagine what happened when you signed with a Synetic, right? I can imagine the experience of having to also transform your creativity. What did it take, for you to position yourself for global partnerships of that stature?
It's an interesting question when people ask me what did it take. I mean, I didn't take anything beyond just being authentically myself and telling the stories that I want to tell. There was never any intentional strategic plan to be signed to, an organization, in the United States or anywhere. There was never any strategic plan to win an Emmy. There was never any strategic plan to win a Venice Lion. The only plan was make a damn good story. Make a story that is authentically you, right? And see what happens afterwards. And so that's what, that for me was it, put it out into the universe. Believe in it, put it out into the universe. And, the rest will take care of itself. And that's what I've always done. So from when in 2019, we won the Venice Lion, we're the first and the only African to win a Venice Lion for immersive storytelling when I did Daughters of Chibok. That wasn't the plan. It was I just wanted to make a beautiful film and put it out there into the world. I wanted to remind people about the Chibok girls that they were still missing. What happened afterwards was out of my control. And then we did Madu in 2021. We started filming Madu. The plan wasn't to win an Emmy. The plan was to make a beautiful film about this young boy who had dreams of becoming a ballet dancer and just wanted to pursue his dreams. And that I found very inspiring. And the commitment was, we're going to tell the story in the most beautiful way possible. And then we now did Mothers of Chibok, which again was going back to the story and saying, how do we tell the story of these women through the right lens, through a different lens, not through the lens of pain and victimhood, but through a lens of dignity. So it's always about that for me, and things sort of start to happen and fall into place, right? So yeah, I never had a quote unquote a personal manager. I just make my films, put it out into the world, and see what happens. I think that the world is eager and waiting for stories out of the continent. People are genuinely curious about us. They want to know what's happening on the continent. The world wants to see, a different image of Africa, the true image of Africa. So there's a great opportunity for us as storytellers, as creatives, really, whether it's through our music, fashion, film, art, literature. The world wants to see the true picture of Africa. So it's a huge opportunity for us that we should take advantage of and just put it out into the world and see what happens.
And any new work coming out that we can look out for?
Oh yes, I'm very busy. I'm a very restless person, so yeah, you'll be hearing from me soon. I'm working on several different things at the same time. But yeah, like I said, there's so many stories that surround us. We just have to open our eyes to see. But Africa is beautiful. Africa is blessed. Africa has its fair share of challenges, but there's so much beauty and grace and resilience and courage around us, and we just have to open up our eyes and shine the spotlight on the things that dignify us, the things that elevate us as a people, as a continent.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much, Joel, for your time today, and really all the best. Thank you for flying the African flag very, very high.
Thank you. It's nice talking to you guys, and wish you all the best. Have a great week.
You too. Thank you so much, man. That was Emmy-winning filmmaker Joel Kachi Benson coming through there. It is at 8:55 Central African time. I'm going to take a short one, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Puleng and find out what's happening in the world of technology. Also, I have a bit of a question for her. So I usually use a ChatGPT I treat my ChatGPT like a business partner, but now there's a new one on the block, and I feel like I'm cheating on my ChatGPT. It's called Microsoft Copilot, and
Siyabangena manje. Vito iJabulani Nkolele iMagoda. Jabulani is a young man from Giyani in Limpopo in South Africa. Very easy guy, taking things easy. To know me is to know that I love what I do, which I'm crazy about it. So when you hear me on radio, expect the best. Expect great music. Expect great content. Expect 180 minutes of nothing but fun. You'll find me on the morning reset, 3 to 6 a.m., Monday to Friday. Siyabangena baba. Ay. Mbuleke.
Let the weekend unfold with calm, clarity, and connection. On the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga, your peaceful companion. Only on Channel Africa.
3 minutes ago, before I hand my crown over, from braids to a sexy lace front. A frontal.
Sexy okay, mama, that's still a good thing.
Of course, how you go?
Sexy. Guys.
Do
you ever get excited and say, oh, thank God I'm done working? Are you working tomorrow?
No, I'm done. Laptops are closed from Friday.
So at least you're like, I'm done working for this week.
For the year.
No, you are back.
I don't consider Channel Africa work at all.
Exactly.
I'm serious. Babe, compared to what I do on a day-to-day basis, trust me. For me, think of it like athleisure. Like it's leisure. The only part I don't like is what time I wake up. But other than that, I really like what I do.
So the businesses are closed, you're saying?
Yay, everything. Even if anyone were to call me their boss right now, they're insulting me.
Okay, that's good. You closed early though. Which means you closed in November.
Because no, we closed in December because we go according to the education system. So we're like teachers, glorified teachers. What's coming up on the show, honey?
Okay, so look, it's going to be very educational, and I think being in this space really, I think there's just a lot that I soak in and learn, specifically as men. We are no experts. Our guests are usually the experts, and for me, the part I really look forward to is speaking to innovators, like people who create apps, because I find inspiration in that. So one of the inspirational stories that we have is a safety app by Mapula, who she's going to tell us about how it works. I mean, we are in the 16 days of activism still, and how this app can be of use to ordinary South Africans compared to other apps that are out there. So it's in terms of our innovation story of the week. We're also going to now look at the film industry, focusing specifically on the use and integration of AI. One of the conversations that we've had this year, and it's a good thing that we're going to wrap it up in this way, still looking at the film industry and the use of AI, the focus was how production companies are saving money using tools that can write, edit, and stuff like that. Because look, the fees have gone low. Maybe let's focus on South Africa in terms of cost per minute, and with the DSTV also cutting channels. What's going to happen to production houses? It's tough, right? So it was effective and helpful in that way. But I want us to expand the discussion today, looking at ethical use of AI, preserving our culture, because at the end of the day, the film industry is still very much responsible for preserving our culture as Africans, as much as that comes in handy and it helps, but how do we still hold each other accountable and still uphold ethics in that regard? And
copywriting. How do you copyright something from AI, because it's not originally from you?
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to hear.
Yes, so we're going to look at that. But we have our co-host who's coming later on. My co-anchor is going to be Chuenza from Big Brother. I look forward to meeting her because I don't watch
Chuenza. Oh, that's fun. That's so exciting.
You watch Big Brother?
No, but I'm quite well versed with the people that you guys bring. You guys bring awesome people, man. I'm always on social media, guys.
Oh, so you stumbled upon on social media?
No, I follow a lot of people. I'm always on social media, so I'm quite familiar with these people. That sounds fun. Tech Africa is taking over until 12 p.m. Central African time, and that's it from us and the team. Thank you so much for hanging out with us from 6 to 9 a.m. We'll see you next Saturday, my babes. Have a beautiful and blessed week. Don't forget, clean your homes, mop with some salt, blow some cinnamon in your front door, and wait for abundance to come running after you. Love you. Bye.
SABC News.